Hi, this is Water and Air 1111. Thank you for watching another video of mine. Thank you to everyone who's continuing to support my channel, like, commenting, and subscribing, and to those who are continuing to purchase readings from me. All the information for purchasing a reading is in the description box below, and I just wanted to give everyone a heads up. I'm going to be spending some time with family starting later this week, so I will be gone for about a week and a half or so, but I will be back the week of, I think, the 13th or 14th of August. Um, so yeah, if you're wanting a reading, just get it in this week and I'll be able to complete that for you before I'm away for a week or so. So I hope you all have been doing well. We are almost at the end of Mercury retrograde. I hope you guys have been surviving well. I've had a lot of a lot of things popping up this last week, and I feel like I know myself and a few other people I've talked to have been getting, with Mercury retrograde, you get people coming back from the past sometimes, and a few other people I know have also been getting people like coming back and trying to reignite things. And so it's been a period of just trying to discern, what's for your highest good, what do you just need to have closure and end, and where to go from here. So that definitely let me know in the comments if you guys have been dealing with that as well with this Mercury retrograde. Yeah, it's been pretty intense. But let's get into this reading. It's going to be looking at the Divine Masculine, what's going on with them, how they're feeling towards the Divine Feminine. And I did get a comment about someone wanting me to do these for the Divine Feminine as well, so I'll do a separate video focusing just on the Divine Feminine's energy and what's going on. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. So I have several decks out today. I kind of just gonna go from one to the next and see what comes through. I do want to start off with my Romance Angels deck though, to see what's going on. So Divine Masculine's energy regarding their connection with the Divine Feminine. I do feel like there are some Divine Masculine out there who are dealing with either some type of transition, some type of loss, or some type of responsibilities that's kind of impacting their energy right now, just in terms of their connection, in terms of where their energy is lying, in case people are kind of feeling a little bit of a disconnect from their Divine Masculine at this time. I feel like there are some Divine Masculine who are just dealing with other potential losses and things like that. Okay, so the card that we came out for Divine Masculine and their energy towards their connection with their Divine Feminine is heart-to-heart conversations. And it says, honestly discuss your feelings with each other. The bottom of the deck is the Children card, and it says, your love life is being affected by children. So, like I was saying, there could be some Divine Masculine who, have something going on if they do have a child, or they do have children needing to deal and put more kind of time and energy in that situation, and they may be, having to deal with that situation. For other Divine Masculine who maybe don't have children, I feel like there could be some who are thinking about having children, or wanting to have family, wanting to have that kind of life potentially in their future, especially regarding their Divine Feminine. And this may have been something that their Divine Feminine has even brought up to them before, but they kind of shut the conversation down, and they may be rethinking about that. Of course, we're still in Mercury retrograde, thinking about things from the past, things coming up again, so they could be rethinking about the possibility of family, rethinking about the possibility of children, and just the type of things that they want to have in the future. So with this heart-to-heart conversations as well, I feel like it's also just wanting to communicate, wanting to open up, wanting to have some intimacy, some emotional intimacy with the Divine Feminine. For some reason, I'm going to look under this Children card. We have pay attention to the red flags, and it was kind of in reverse. And then give your relationship a chance. Yeah, so there are definitely some Divine Masculine who maybe said they didn't want children or didn't want a family or things like that, because of whatever situations they may have had in the past, either through their own childhood or with other relationships, and just feeling like it's not something that they could excel at. But I feel like there are some who are just coming back around to that and wanting to have that now in their future and wanting to discuss that with their Divine Feminine, or just feeling like they want to open up about their childhood or about the children that they do already have, with their Divine Feminine. But definitely communication is on the mind. Also, and I didn't mention this at the beginning, but we are in Leo season, and I feel like Leo season is always like a good time of year. Like I always feel especially like energized and positive and confident. So, and a little bit more bold. And maybe because I have some family members who are Leos, like just kind of taking on some of those characteristics. So I could even see some Divine Masculine kind of taking it upon themselves to put this into action, to have these heart-to-heart conversations that maybe they avoided before. And I definitely think it was something that, not to linger on this too long, but I definitely feel like the way this card is, Divine Masculines are wanting to talk about maybe things that they resisted talking about with their Divine Feminine before, or they just never broached with their Divine Feminine because, you know, maybe it was a sore subject or they just weren't ready. But I feel like they're wanting to open up in a new way. So now let's get some cards from the Mystic Moon Oracle deck about the Divine and Masculine. Well, okay, it says shadow work. So yeah, I feel like there are Divine Masculine has had their time of going within, figuring things out, and now they're ready to again kind of leave behind certain things. So like if you look at this card, you can see literally the shadow, but everything is walking upward. It's walking towards the light. So I feel like there is clarity that the Divine Masculine has gained within themselves, and because of that, that's kind of going to push them to open up to their Divine Feminine in a new way. Yeah, bottom of the deck is lessons. So they've kind of learned the lessons of why they went through certain things in their life, why things occurred in a certain way. And now it's like, okay, now that I know that, now that I acknowledge that, I'm ready to kind of talk about it. I'm ready to move forward. So the next card that we have for heart-to-heart conversations, well, okay, we have is Twin Flame. Okay, so throughout this shadow work, throughout the heart-to-heart conversations that the Divine Masculine is wanting to have, they're seeing, okay, you are someone special. So, you know, everyone, I feel like sometimes we get caught up on terms of like twin flame, soulmate, twin soul, like whatever, your one true love. Um, Divine Masculine's just saying you are that like special person to me, basically. Whether or not they know any of those other terms, it doesn't matter, but it's like the feeling, it's the energy. It's like you're the person that I connect with, and it feels like things like come alive. It feels like we have all of this energy, like we can set the room on fire, like we don't need anyone else around us, it's just us two. And so they may be wanting to actually discuss that special connection that they do feel they have with their Divine Feminine. And look, bottom of the deck is the offer card. This is, they may be wanting to do this, have this heart-to-heart conversation, talk about things they've learned about themselves, talk about maybe what's going on and what they want for their future, and talk about this special connection. Be like, I want to make an offer. Like, I want to offer you my love now that I understand, now that I've kind of taken this time in my own solitude to realize some things, to rethink some things. And then we have pause. So they've taken the time to pause, they've taken the time to again, have that solitude, have that alone time when they were unawakened, and they've searched within and they've come out saying, okay, I feel like this connection is special. It's unlike anything else. And I want to express that I acknowledge this connection, and I want to express what I would like to see going forward with this connection. Okay, so let's look a little bit more at the shadow work card. Well, look at that, the Tower card. That's usually how it happens, right? You spend time alone, something happens and it rocks your world, and then you kind of become aware and you become in the middle of so much kind of like crap going on, either internally or externally, and now it's like, okay, I've gotta move through this. I can't like push things to the side. Let me deal with this. Bottom of the deck is the Page of Swords, so they may have gotten a message, or they may have gotten some type of communication that kind of wrecked or rocked their world. They had a tower moment, and then it became clear, like, I can't do the things that I used to do. And they started working through, trying to decide what deck to get. Let's do the Sexual Tarot deck to um, work through whatever issues or whatever was torn down. Like, I have to rebuild my life. I have to rebuild whatever situation. So let's see. So I feel like this is like a double meaning for this Tower card. It's like they had a tower moment that kind of plunged them into some type of introspection and then realizations and healing. But there was also the other meaning for the Tower card, which is, okay, I may have been acted as the tower in my own life. I have maybe, quote unquote, messed things up in my life. I've been the tower, I've been the lightning, kind of striking myself, like not doing things for my own good. Like maybe like that self-sabotage. Like, why have I messed certain things up? Why have I acted certain ways? Why have I allowed certain situations to occur? So the card that we have is the King of Pentacles. So there could definitely have been some type of loss with finances, with career, losing a job, some type of stability, definitely losing money. Could have been something that happened. But also, like with this King of Pentacles, this king is like approaching the woman behind the column, but it's like at a tiptoe pace, and she's there, kind of playful, but he's not really making a move. So I feel like some divine masculine may have realized that, you know, one, maybe something happened with their divine feminine where someone else has become their divine feminine's kind of apple of their eye, and realize, okay, well, is my divine feminine moving on? Other people, it's like they are no longer able to have the things that they once had, whether it's other partners, whether it's the relationships they want, the career they want. And it's like, yeah, it almost feels like a tease. It's almost like, I in the past I had everything I want. I was this King of Pentacles, and now I can't get the next thing that I want, or I can't have the things that I used to have anymore because something happened, something shifted. Bottom of the deck is the High Priestess. And this may have been a fear. I feel like this is some divine masculine, like they've had a fear of loss. They've had a fear of not having the material stability they want, not having just things working in their favor they want the way they want. So whether that's like having their divine feminine at their beck and call, having another partner at their beck and call, just having things in order and charge the way they want. And then something happened again with this tower moment where it was like, that's not going to work anymore. And I feel like something was taken away. I feel like something was taken away again, whether it was career, money, the divine feminine themselves. Something was taken away. So we have the Queen of Swords in reverse coming out now. I will just lay it on here for now. Okay, Queen of Swords in reverse, bottom of the deck is the Nine of Swords. And so something was taken away. Maybe someone lied. Maybe someone did something deceptive. Someone got one over on the Divine Masculine. And then it kind of sent them into a tailspin of like, how am I going to deal with this? What am I going to do? Why can't I have what I want to have? Ten of Wands with the bottom of the deck as the Three of Wands. So with this Ten of Wands, it's like someone may have lied and kind of something happened where like the rug was pulled out from under their feet and created difficulties. And I'm seeing the Five of Wands already wanting to pop out. So let's see what exactly happened with this Tower moment in this King of Pentacles situation. Okay, and there we have it. Okay, Two of Swords, the Five of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles. So they may have lost something, like I said, regarding their work, regarding their career, or their finances. Bottom of the deck is the Ace of Cups. I feel like their worst fear came true. So if their fear was like not making manager, not making director, it's like that didn't happen. And it's like not only did that not happen, like some of them like lost their job or something like that, or some of them like aren't going to get the bonus they wanted or promoted, or something's happening with their company. I feel like this is worst nightmare stuff that kind of led to this, that created this Tower moment that led to this, them becoming aware and having eventually some type of realization and awakening in their lives. So I want to go to the other side now, and let's look at the pause card. Okay, so we have the Seven of Wands. So, you know, after this Tower moment happened, they could have been, Divine Masculine could have been very, you know, not wanting to back down, not wanting to take no for an answer, not wanting to accept that something was happening. Yep, Five of Pentacles, not wanting to accept that they lost something, that something was not going to happen anymore. And so they were fighting hard to be like, you know what else can I do? I'm willing to work overtime. I'm willing to do, you know, this, that, and the third, anything that I can do so I can have what I want. But then they may have realized that, you know what, I need to just take a second to figure out why this is happening. Okay, so we have the Emperor, so wanting to keep all of that control. And then we also have the Four of Wands. So yeah, when this Tower moment happened, I think they were fighting to kind of hold on to the situation or redeem it somehow and retain what they want. Because the Emperor is very much about getting his own dominance, getting his own pleasure, and having everything that's going to make him happy. Like both of these cards, the Four of Wands as well. Like it's about getting what you want and having happiness and enjoyment. But it's like realizing I'm fighting for something, but it's like it's not happening anymore. It's not making me happy anymore, or it's not existing anymore. Bottom of the deck is the Judgment card. So it's like time could literally be up. The universe is saying like this is not it. Like you need to sit down. You need to go within. You need to like figure this out. Five of Pentacles again. It's like you may have lost a job, you may have lost some money, you may have lost a promotion, but like you need to figure out, the universe is like, you need to see what else you're losing. You're not just losing those things, you're losing something else. And you need to see that you don't have to lose. You can kind of work through this if you pause, if you do the shadow work, and realize where this is all coming from. And then that's where they got their clarity. Through the pause, through taking time out, through finally kind of surrendering. I feel like this tower moment again, tower moments are from the universe saying, okay, sometimes it's like you're not making the decision to leave something, so I'm going to step in and just rip it away from you. Or it's like, this has gone on too long, you just need to choose, you just need to move. It's just time to change. It's just time. And then sometimes it can be hard to like surrender to the fact that something is ending or something is changing, especially if it's something you hold dear to yourself, like your career or your finances or anything that you just hold dear. And I feel like with this, the universe is for the some divine masculine, it's like surrender to this so that you can realize. And I feel like that's the process that many divine masculine have been going through, and some have, are further along than others. But just the process of realizing, okay, let me surrender, let me figure this out, let me see how I feel, see how I think, see what I want, and then you get this clarity. And when you get that clarity, there could be, and with the Strength card in reverse, especially. We are in Leo season now, like I said before, you may not feel like you have enough strength to fix things. You may not feel like you have enough strength to really troubleshoot the situation and figure out what you're going to do next. But it's like you do. But you have to allow yourself the time to pause, and just knowing that, just having clarity on how you got to a certain point in your life, that gives you more than enough to move on, to continue positively going forward. So again, this is, I feel like, the lead up to this heart-to-heart conversations of what the divine masculine has been going through. And then again, through this clarity, it's how we get to the point where they're like, okay, maybe this is something, maybe I'm realizing certain things I've done or certain things that have happened that have led me to realize that, the specialness of this connection I have with this specific person. So for this twin flame card, we have the Ten of Swords. And you can see here that this guy is holding the Ace of Swords. So again, like the divine masculine had their time moment, started doing shadow work. And amidst that kind of shadow work period, that kind of dark night of the soul period, pausing and getting clarity and using that clarity to allow them to like end a situation and be rebirthed in a way where they feel energized, where they feel new, where they feel like, okay, I have what I need. I have my truth, so I can push forward. They're no longer in this Two of Swords, like ignoring things or living in their mind or refusing to see things. It's like they're not carrying two swords anymore. They're carrying the one sword, the sword of truth, the sword of clarity, and saying, okay, that's all I need to get going. So let me kind of rebirth myself. Like this Ten of Swords to me is always like transformation. It's like dying so that you can be born again and be back on track again. Okay, and we have the Three of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles. So with this Three of Wands, it's like they're wanting to, again with all of the fire, wanting to kind of set things ablaze and have that physical touch and have that kind of physical reunion, make that third energy with their divine feminine. And then with the Nine of Pentacles, they're not only wanting to make that third energy with their divine feminine, but they're wanting to, the masculine are wanting to really like revel in their divine feminine and really appreciate like every inch of their body or every inch of their being and be like, I love every part of this. I adore every part of you. And I just want to like drink you in. Bottom of the deck is the Six of Cups, because they've been in this Six of Cups energy of just feeling so nostalgic and again going through their shadow work, going through the dark night of the soul, going through the point of surrender to have clarity again and realizing, okay, like there's a reason I'm still thinking of this person. There's a reason why, like, I kind of adore them, even though whatever's happened has happened. Wheel of Fortune, they're ready to say, like, you're my person, you're the person I've been thinking about, who's kind of been my guiding light during this whole transformative process. And I'm ready to move forward. Again, some of them are saying, like, I want a family, I want to have kids, I want to open up about my own childhood, I want to, like, build with you. Bottom of the deck, Nine of Cups. And they're feeling, they don't have all the answers as this Knight of Cups, but they are determined to at least come and be like, these are my mature feelings that I have for you. They're able to express it, and they're wanting to express it again, heart-to-heart conversations. Okay, so we have the King of Cups. After I just said these aren't mature, so they're wanting to say they want to become mature, or they at least are working towards being mature. We have the Magician. We have the Four of Wands. So they're wanting to build, they're wanting to manifest. And even if they all aren't at this King of Cups energy quite yet, it's like they're building towards it. They're so much more emotionally aware and involved than they were before. And they may not all be able to express it in the same way, but they're building towards it. Bottom of the deck is the Hermit card in reverse. So this may have been something that's been, that will maybe be more revealed in Virgo season. And yeah, underneath that is the Eight of Cups, like showing, literally revealing like how they've grown, revealing a little bit more about their emotions. But it's like they're coming out of their shell, they're coming out, they're about to like show out a little bit in this Leo energy and say how they feel and what they're wanting. So definitely be open and receptive as more divine masculines start doing this. And if yours has been doing this, definitely if you feel comfortable, share that, because I feel like a lot of times, people message me or like email me or like message me on YouTube or like on Facebook, and this journey is not easy all the time. It can be very difficult. It can be lots of unsure times where you're not talking, or you are talking but you're not. It's like you're talking, but are you really talking? Are you really hearing each other? But it's definitely a part of the journey of learning, and we're reflecting back bits of what we're needing to work on to each other. So definitely, when it comes time for you to have these heart-to-heart conversations with your divine feminine or with your divine masculine, to just be open and allow that openness to kind of help you each to keep moving along. It's almost like you have to give what you are wanting to receive. So if you're wanting to have this heart-to-heart conversation with your divine feminine, you have to start by being open enough to have it. And even when the topic gets hard to talk about, or when the topic is like you become a little shy or nervous about it, it's like just push through, knowing that your openness to your person will reflect to them, that they too can give it back to you, and it'll be like bouncing back and forth like a ping pong ball, like a table tennis game or something, or mirrors, literally mirrors, because we do reflect things back, and it just kind of makes everything expand more and more. So I'm going to get one more card from the Romance Angel stack, and then I will end this reading. So we'll get a card for the week, for what the divine masculine, actions they may be taking, regarding the connection with the Divine Feminine for the next week. So starting July 28th. Action for Divine Masculine Collective starting the week of July 28th. Okay, so we have religious factors. It says your love life is being influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. And so I feel like this just means they're going to continually be on the divine path, on their guided path, to do whatever is, next on their kind of on their list, on their journey. And then we also have romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So again, I do feel like there are going to be some divine masculine taking this action to start expressing their feelings in these heart-to-heart conversations. And we have true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. So expressing their love, expressing their feelings, because I do feel like they're wanting to have heart-to-heart conversations with their divine feminine. So that is the reading for this week. I hope this was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this and it resonated with you, definitely leave it a comment in the section below. And if you're interested in a reading, the information's in the drop down more description box. And yeah, I will be off starting like on Friday or Saturday for about a week, a little over a week. So if you're wanting a reading, be sure to get that in before then. Otherwise, I will pick back up week of, I think I said the 14th, 13th or so. So thanks for watching this reading, and I'll see you in my next video.